Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, what's going on, bruh? Can you hear me? I think my stream might be lagging a little bit. Oh, you can hear me? Cool. What's going on, man? What you been up to? You said you were having a blast with the Pathfinder, right? How's that going? Have you found something to farm yet? Yeah, it looks like my stream is lagging a little behind, but if you can hear me and if you can see me, let me know if the volumes are good, and we will get right into it. Oh yeah, you really messed up on that bow, didn't you? I mean, it's not something that I know either. I mean, usually one of those idols you can only have one equipped, and I also found that out on this build. Like, I had the rabbit idol that was on my scepter, and then I also had it in my body armor, and for some reason it wouldn't let me equip the scepter because like the idol was in both slots. So I think these are like character bound or something. So yeah, I didn't know that also applied to the bow, but thanks for the sacrifice. At least we all know about it now. All right, so this is the new build that I've been cooking up. Spent some time leveling it up, and I'm at level what 94 right now, and it's doing some pretty decent damage. I was having a little trouble with survivability, but now I think I'm a little more survivable than I was yesterday. So, oh, turn the music low? Sure. How's the music volume now? Let me know. That's music coming from my browser, so I hope it's fine now. As you can tell, I'm pretty new to this whole live streaming thing, so still figuring it out. Oh, you can't hear it now? That's interesting. Let me nudge it up just a little bit. I think OBS is messing with me right now. Hopefully that's good. And I hope the game effects are also not too loud. All right, so I'm gonna talk about the build in a few, but I don't really like talking about things without showing you something. That's like dangling the carrot before the stick, or whatever the saying is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run a map real quick, and keep in mind this is like a fresh new character, fresh new build. I'm still not used to all the controls and stuff yet, so don't be shocked if I die. I'm still trying to figure things out. So I mean, it's in a pretty good place right now though. Like for mapping, is mostly one button, and then you do like the rotation on the boss. So let me just grab a T15 real quick. What do I want to run? All right, let's try a 200 delirium map, And again, this has not been tested in 200 daily extensively, so you might be a little sticky, but let's see what we can do here. This is not a bad map, actually. So this thing does like a lot of damage. Like it actually chunks. And initially I had like the damage and everything. And then I just kept dying for some reason. Well, I mean, I know the reason now, but you know. So this guy, bam, is gone. Now like there's a lot of AoE, there's a lot of splash damage, there's a lot of everything that is happening. And even though I'm playing low life right now, it's still survivable because I have some pretty decent damage and pretty defenses. I mean, it's still not ideal though, because I definitely want to get like my energy shield up a little more. So still some few things to get around, and I have not optimized this build at all. This is like fresh off the kitchen. So there's still a lot to figure out with this thing. But right now it chunks, and I got frozen. That's why I know. So ooh. Yep, get out of there. My life just flashed in front of me. I almost died there. And I'm still dying to something. Alright, let's back up a little. This is 200 daily, right? So there are still a few things that will go wrong because this is not fully optimized yet. But I got stunned. Oh crap. I got stunned. Why did I decide to sprint there? But anyway, you can see what it does, and I'm gonna run it back because I'm a bit salty about that. I shouldn't have died like that, man. That's disgrace. So let's pop another map in real quick. Cause yeah, we can go out like that, bruh. Hey, Wiggle, what's going on, man? Alright, let's try not to die this time. Because that death was a little shameful. I decided to sprint, and of course the game loves it when we sprint. And I died for some reason. Alright, I'm not even gonna worry about the loot, the loot on the floor. Just gonna go through. So I'm actually thinking like I should switch to Ghost Dance at some point, because Ghost Dance will just be replenishing my energy shield left and right, which will be ideal. But right now, like, those explosions are just way too nice. And yeah, if this looks familiar to you, that's because my monk was using like a similar setup, right? If you've seen my monk video, you probably seen this already. Oh man, I just gave up an omen of light right there. All right, let's go find this boss real quick. I do want to talk about this build a little more before we start farming for real. And this is actually like my first time playing werewolf, like at all. When they released it last league, I didn't even like really. So phones. And as you can see, the damage is pretty insane. Damage is pretty dookie, right? And now that the boss is dead, yeah, maybe let's just clear the map real quick because I don't want to be leaving an omen of light somewhere behind me. Yeah, and I might end up dying for this, but I think we'll be just fine. Yeah. And this is like ridiculous with Farm Abyss because you can literally just stand on top of the pit and just be like spamming your attacks. So I'll definitely be like farming a lot of Abyss with this. It's just way too broken. You can just stand on top of the pit and just be spamming your attacks and everything just dies. Because why not? Alright. Ooh, Utrecht Saga, we'll take that. Shoot. I mean, I haven't really been running like expedition like at all. Because if you know me, you know I just want a game. So, you know, when it comes to like expedition, trying to like min-max and whatnot, like, ain't nobody got time for that, bruh. I just want a game. And like expedition, like running around, setting up your maps and whatnot, that just takes like way too long for me. I just want to get in the map and blow shit up. So, you know, I haven't really been doing a lot of expedition stuff. But as you can see, damage is pretty nasty for expedition and whatnot. I mean, this is not juiced up or anything. Ooh, oh my goodness. We got one with that. I'll take it. We take those. Thank you very much. I think we got one more pit to close. Then we can go back to talking other shit. Like right there, you can just stand on top of the pit and just be spamming. Like, oh, we actually got another pit right there. Yeah, the AoE on this thing is just disgusting, man. And it's very similar to like the AoE setup that I had on my monk, because, you know, I've been kind of using the same thing. Okay, let's back up a little, because I don't want to give away my moment of light. Is that one of the monsters that spawns with it? Nah, I don't think there was one. But something is still alive. Crap. Please die. Thank you very much. Wait, there is still one pit that we need to close. But where the hell is that? I don't see it on my map anywhere. Let me see. Oh, it's right here. Okay. This should be the last one, I think. Was it? Yep, that was the last one. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's go back to the hideout. Talk about this thing, shall we? All right. Hold on. It's like I sold something, or one of my things sold. Ooh, I'll take that. All right, so let's go somewhere a little more cozy, somewhere less distracting, so we can talk about this thing. There we go. All right, so as you've seen, this is pretty nasty. Now, we are using quite a bit of stuff to make this happen. A lot of the werewolf builds that I saw out there, I don't think they do close to this amount of damage. Maybe they do, but maybe they need like something more, beefed up to make it happen. But this is like brain dead to achieve your damage. So we're just using like a low life setup on here, and low life is pretty much everywhere this season. So if you played low life before, you pretty much know half of what this story is all about. But if you have not, let me go through it real quick. So the build in a nutshell, right? So this is just like a werewolf oracle that is using low life damage. Well, that is using low life to achieve an amount of damage that is just absurd, as you've seen in the map, right? So let's talk about what makes our damage happen, what makes it pop, and then we probably talk about the defenses on this character. So I explain a little bit about how we're staying alive, because as you can see right now, my life is pretty low. So the damage itself, most of it comes from being low life, of course. So being low life lets us take advantage of quite a few things. If I just take a look at my skills right now, one of the things that we can take advantage of is Dire Strike. So this is like increased damage just for being at low life. So that's like pretty much free damage. We also use Execute 3 a lot, because when we are low life, we deal, just a ton more damage, 30% more damage when we are low life. And when something is at low life, we also do more damage to it. So if you see the boss bar just evaporate out of nowhere, that's pretty much the reason why. And keep in mind, like, this Purity of Ice that is coming from my scepter in my offhand slots, anything in here is pretty much free. So these will usually cost spirit, but because we're using it through Purity of Ice, everything in here is just free. So the spirit cost on here is pretty much negligible. You don't really have to worry about that. And this Dire Strike 2 applies to everything on this kit, right? So that damage, that 70% increased attack damage, that applies to everything else in the build that does attack damage. So that's one way that we take advantage of low life. If I go to my passive tree real quick, game. Looks like the game froze. What the hell happened? Yep, looks like it froze. Oh my goodness. Just in the middle of something being actually good. Well, looks like I had to restart everything, so give me a second. All right, game has been restarted. Hopefully it doesn't bug out on me again. And hopefully you can hear me fine. Just give me a nudge in the chat so I know before I start rambling again and nobody hears me. You should be able to see my screen now, I believe. Hopefully. Yeah, I can see it on my screen that is back up, so Give me a second here. All right, I'm just checking a few things, making sure that everything is working. And we are back. Let me know if you can hear me just fine before I continue rambling. Okay, good stuff. All right. So, low life, right? We were talking about low life. So, where do we end our conversation before being disrespected by the game? So, I walked you through the skill, right? So, we were talking about low life. So, the support gems that we're using are taking advantage of low life. And when I go to my ascendancy, there's quite a few nice things here. And again, like, this is the first time that I'm playing Oracle, and some of these nodes are like very, very powerful. And I'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get too distracted. We were talking about low life, so let's continue talking about that. So we're also using pain attunement, which is giving us 30% more critical damage when we are low life. So that's just like multiplying pretty much everything on this build. And that's pretty much the low life stuff. Like, there are little nodes scattered here and there, but those are like the main things that contribute to our damage while we are low life. The other thing that is boosting our damage is rage. So, you know, some of you might already know that rage is granting you like 1% more damage for each rage that we have. And on this build, I currently have like around 53. I don't have any rage right now, so it's not showing on my bar. But I have a 53, right? So that's like 53% more damage for free. Now, because we are using this helmet right here, like, this is a helmet that is also taking into consideration the fact that any spell damage that you have on your build is being converted to attack damage, right? So anything that we have on our passive tree that is increasing our spell damage is also contributing to this amount of damage, and that's quite a bit. Because we have like nodes here that are granting like, let me show you one of them. Like this one, for instance, this is 40% increased spell damage. This is another 40% increased spell damage. And they are like all over the tree, and then I pick them up like every now and then. So this is just like free damage that we're getting because our spell damage is converted to our attack damage. So if I hover over one of these right now, you can see that, you know, well, I've already taken it, so that representation in the blue there is not very accurate, but it gives us a ton of damage, right? So that's another thing. And speaking of rage real quick, one of the items that really make this thing mandatory is going to be to use like a magic talisman. And this is a talisman that is like coming with maximum rage as an implicit. So this is just like, you know, free extra damage that you're getting, right? Because usually you start your character with about 30 rage, and this is like 10 rage on top of it. And we can also take like maximum rage on our passive tree. So that is just boosting up our rage. And yes, the talisman is mandatory. Now, this one right here that I have, I actually couldn't find anything on the market that was reasonable price. Like, if you want one of these, especially like a magic talisman that has crit chance, that has physical damage, that has attack speed, that has level of attack skills, is gonna cost you a lot. Like, we're talking about mirrors, or, you know, I think like the the lowest price that I found for a decent one was like around 3,000 divines or 5,000 divines. And, you know, I couldn't really afford that. So this I've actually crafted it myself. So, you know, I wasn't really like a big crafter before, this league, and this league I decided to like craft stuff. So some of the experiments have gone well, some of them have gone to the drain, but we're not gonna talk about that. So yeah, I basically just crafted this, and it cost me about 700 divine to craft this. And if you are to price check this is a lot more expensive than something that I would have gotten, buying it. So if I just input all of this right now, like anything that is close to it on the market right now is 2,500 divines. So this is pretty expensive if you are to buy this outright. So I would recommend crafting it yourself. I'm going to post I need to remember to post a link in the video to show you how to craft this. But this is like an easy craft, and most of the steps to craft this thing are deterministic. So it all depends on like how much currency you have to spend, because you're gonna have to chaos spam a lot. You're gonna have to use Omen of Light a lot to get what you want. But the whole craft as a whole is like very deterministic, so you can easily achieve this. So yeah, I'll highly recommend you craft this yourself. And if you don't want to craft it, it's 10 maximum rage. You can do without that. I think your damage will still be fine, because right now my damage is like well above 1 million. So 1 million DPS, that's nothing to scoff at, right? So you can probably do without the maximum damage if you really want to squeeze down your currency spend. So that's something to consider. If you min maxing, just craft this yourself. If you don't want to bother with crafting, you don't want to deal with any of that shit, just go ahead and grab another talisman that has like physical damage, the attack speed, crit chance, and all of that jazz. So that pretty much covers the damage. I think I went pretty much through everything, right? But then I told you about low life, and I really didn't tell you how we achieved in low life, right? So a very familiar support gem that you see on here is Aziri's Communion, right? And yes, this is very expensive. It's very expensive to get. I think right now the price is around 200 divines to get one of these. Last time I checked, I don't know if you went up or down, but expect to spend that much to grab one of these. Unfortunately, we are not an infernalist where we can just reserve our life through our passive tree or ascendancy, and then use like something like the Coward's Legacy to be our low life. We can't really afford that on this build. So this is pretty much the only way that you can achieve low life on here, unfortunately, but that's what it is. But something that I learned recently about Aziri's Communion, it doesn't just take into consideration how much spirit your skill gem costs, right? So just to explain a little bit how this thing works if you haven't used it before. So this is a support gem that converts any spirit reservation for your skill. About around 66% of that skill spirit cost is converted to life cost. So this mana remnant, for instance, it costs about 30 spirit, right? But when you go in and you put Aziri's Communion in, 66% of this spirit is converted to life. That's why our life goes down pretty fast when we slot this in, right? So right now I have 1,016 life that is reserved, and I only have 266 life that I can use. That's because of this guy, and that's actually what you want, because less life you have, more damage you deal, that kind of shit. So that's pretty much that, right? But you also notice that mana remnant is only 30 spirit. So 66% of 30 spirit, that's like nothing, right? That doesn't get you low life. That's barely anything reserved out of your life. So how are we lowering this down like this much? Well, what I was telling you earlier about what I learned recently, Aziri's Communion, it doesn't just look at the spirit cost of of the skill that you have, right? So it's not just looking at that 30 spirits. If you happen to have any other support gem in here that also costs spirits, that's also going to contribute to that amount of life that is getting reserved, right? So this by itself is only like 30 spirits. Well, it's actually not, and I'll tell you why in a second. But this is nothing. But if you add 30 spirit to this guy, 20 spirit, you add yeah, this is 20 spirit. So anything in here that is costing you spirit is also going towards Adziri's communion. Now, on this build specifically, that 30 spirit you see there is actually not accurate. Your skill that cost spirit actually costs a lot more than that. And that is because where is that node? That is because of this guy. So a lot of the wilds is what lets us, you know, wield one of these scepters. Because usually, like, if you're using a two-handed weapon, like a talisman, for instance, you can't use anything in your offhand, right? But because of this node right here, that is actually being converted. Well, that is actually allowing you to equip that scepter, right? And then the downside of doing this, though, is the fact that you have 50% less spirit. And that means if you have like regular spirit on your character and stuff, that's like being lowered by 50%, which is why we actually want the scepter, because the scepter is giving us like 215 spirits on top of everything. So, you know, when you lower that by 50%, you know, you do the math. So yeah, that's giving us the spirit that we need to run pretty much anything that we want. And let me see if I can find that node. There is another node on here that is actually multiplying how much spirit our skills cost to reserve. Yep, I think this is the one right here. So this guy right here is actually reducing our speed reservation efficiency, which means, you know, well, bottom line is it's actually making your skills cost more. So this 30 spirit is actually not what it's costing. It's costing you a lot more than that. And when you add the 20 spirit in here, that's like a lot of things that are adding up to Adziri's communion and increasing, you know, how much life is actually reserving for you. And that's the reason why we can get to low life, you know, because of these tricks. And this is actually something that I learned when trying to figure out somebody's issues with the last Gemlin build that I had. So the guy had, like, you know, Adziri's communion in the skill, but he was using on a cast on crit. And for some reason, he couldn't get to low life. And, you know, when I did a little bit of research on it, I came to find out that, you know, when you put any support gem that costs spirit in your skill, that is also going to count towards Adziri's communion, right? So yeah, that's the attack damage, the insane damage, the unga bunga damage, the oh shit damage part of the build. I'm sure there are a few things that I forgot to talk about. You know, there's a lot more things in the passive tree that are also contributing to our damage. But if I'm to talk about all of that, we're going to be here for 500 hours. And we ain't got time for that. So, yeah. Expect the build guide to come out sometime next week, where I'll be going in more detail about, you know, explaining how all these things work, because I'm sure I forgot a few things, but you know, we just winging it right now, so we ain't gonna worry about that. Just check out the full build guide when it comes out for more details on, you know, anything that I've forgotten. What's the oh shit unga bunga damage? That's the illegal damage, bruh. That's the kind of damage your mama doesn't want you to do in the middle of the night. Yeah, so if you have missed the beginning of the video, I pretty much showed off like the build and how it's shredding, but you know, we'll talk about that, you know, a little bit more. We're gonna run more maps, hopefully before I end the stream. But yeah, so that's the damage. That's the unga bunga oh shit damage of the build and how we're achieving that. Now let's talk about defenses, right? Because we are low life, anything that touches our life it's pretty much going to sign our death sentence, right? So anything like bleed, anything like ignite, anything that can bypass your energy shield on this build is pretty much a death sentence for you, because you don't have enough time to recover your life. So you need to play around that and kind of try to mitigate that damage before it gets to your life. And one of the ways we do that is our body armor. So this body armor right here, it's pretty sick for what it does. So if you read this line right here, the last line of this, it says that the damage over time cannot bypass your energy shield, right? So usually, like when you taking bleed damage, for instance, bleed damage doesn't look at your energy shield. It goes straight through it and it goes to your life. But because we're using this body armor, it pretty much negates that, or at least gives you time to recover before, you know, you get in deep trouble. So when you start taking bleed damage, for instance, it's actually going to affect your energy shield instead of going through your life. So when your energy shield goes all the way down to 0, that's when it's going to start taking your life. And you know, hopefully by the time you get there, you get to recover a little bit. But if not, you know, if you're not paying attention, you're just having fun, you're just blowing shit up, and you're not looking at your life, you can die pretty fast, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And you do want, well, because of that, you want your energy shield to be as high as you can get it, right? And on this build, because we're using like a few uniques here and there, you don't have a lot of energy shield sources on your gear by itself. And this is pretty scuffed gear. This is just things that I pulled off my other characters. I haven't really like bought anything yet for this thing. So, well, I did buy this guy, of course, but you know, everything else is pretty much scuffed, and I just, you know, stitched it from other build and yanked it here and there to make it happen. But this guy right here, and some of this is contributing to our energy shield. But these three by themselves, they're not giving you that much energy shield, right? Because our amulet slot where we can have more energy shield is actually a unique amulet that we're going to talk about in a second. But these three by themselves are not giving you a lot of energy shield, so you need to find a way to get more energy shield. And the one way that we can do that is use this guy. Nope, not you. I'm talking about you. So this is a heroic tragedy jewel, and if you don't know what it does, it replaces any of the big nodes like in here with a specific effect, right? And if you get one with the line of Vorana, this is pretty much going to negate the effect from strength, because strength by itself gives you life. But with this thing slotted, strength no longer gives you life. It actually gives you energy shield. So on this character, stacking strength is going to be one of the best defenses that you can get, because if you look at how much strength I have right now, I have 245, and this can probably go much higher if I respec some of my stuff here. But this is what I have right now, and that is contributing a lot to that energy shield pool. So for the rest of your stats, you pretty much just want to get enough stats to meet the gear requirements. This thing costs like a shit ton of mana as well, so you know, you want a decently high amount of intelligence. But the most important thing that you want to be boosting on here is the strength. So if you can get strength on gear, passy tree, jewels, what have you, that's going to be boosting your energy shield. And of course, you can also get energy shield from your jewels. I don't think any of my jewels right now have energy shield on them. Yeah, they don't really have energy shield, because those are like usually much more expensive. But you can get some of these guys that have energy shields, and that's going to contribute to more you know, total energy shield that you have on here. And like I said, I haven't really like optimized the build yet, so I still consider it this low. It's enough to get by, but you know, when you get in the middle of a pack that is getting you gangbang left and right, you know, you want to make sure that this is as high as possible. Ideally, I would like to get somewhere around 6,000 energy shield to be comfortable and not be on my toes all the time. But you know, That's what we have right now. That's what we're working with. And I'm only level 94. So by the time, you know, you decide to level this guy more, there are more energy shield that are nodes that are easily accessible here. Like you can get 50% here, 15 here, you know, another 15, 15. There's one more 15% here. And I'm sure you can find other nodes that will give you more energy shield. Like, you know, that just gives you a lot more defense, right? And boosts your overall energy shield. So yeah, that's part of the defense. This body armor is also defending you with armor. So whenever, like, you know, you're taking damage, it's defending you with 178% armor, which means you want to be speccing armor as well, like quite a bit of it. So some of my stuff here will have armor, like this, for instance, is giving me, you know, quite a decent chunk of armor, quite a healthy dose. If you look at my passive tree, I have this guy right here that is increasing my armor. I think I have other nodes here as well. Not this one. I think I have one that gives me armor from my body armor. Yeah, right here. So this guy is giving me 60% increased armor from my body armor, and it's also giving me energy shields, like more energy shield from my equipped body armor. So, you know, our layers of defense on this build are going to be energy shields, armor. You know, you don't really have life, so we're not going to talk about that. You have ward, but we're not going to talk about that either because it's pretty low. You don't really have evasion on here. Like, I barely have any. That's like 1%. That's nothing. And of course, you want to excuse me, you want to also get res capped. Right now, don't look at my chaos resistance. We're not going to talk about that right now, but yeah, that's something that I definitely want to optimize. And as you can see, like, I am way over capped on cold resistance, so I definitely want to get that a bit low. You know, maybe take a little bit of cold out of the gear and put chaos in. But yeah, those are your defenses, right? What else did I forget to talk about? Let's see. Well, talking about your defenses, your charms, of course, you want to have something that negates bleeds if you can. So I have like a bleed charm here. I also have an ignite charm, and I have this guy right here, the rite of passage, that is giving me more. I have spirit of wolf on here that is giving me skill speed and movement speed whenever I kill a rare. And we paired this guy with a headhunter, and funny enough, I was actually using a mage blood, right? This guy, this is insane. Like, mage blood is actually broken on this build, because take a look at my attack speed, right? This is how much I'm attacking. If I push mage blood on, like, it just goes so fast, and I can move also just as fast. Like, movement speeds, attack speeds, everything is just cranked up to 11, right? And this feels so good, bro. This feels, I cannot begin to tell you much about it. This is something that you have to experience yourself, and again, it feels so good, my brother. But, you know, just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's gonna keep you alive, because having this much attack speed, like, you know, you usually forget about how much fun you're having with this thing and you die. But the thing that actually makes it not optimal is the fact that Headhunter is actually giving you a shit ton of buffs that also increase your defense, right? So when I was running the Mage Blood on here, bro, I could not even get to like half of the map without dying. I was dying pretty much every single map that I was running. And I couldn't even run Delirium because anything that would touch me would just kill me, because I didn't have anything extra that was defending me in there. Especially in something like 200% daily, like, you want as much defense as you can get. And even though this feels good, even though I can do this all day, even though, like, you know, I don't want to say the forbidden word, but I mean, it feels so good, man. Like, anyway, enough talk about that. But bottom line is, Headhunter is what you want to use here, because it just gives you so many buffs, like so many buffs. And when you have this thing on, like, you pretty much don't die as much. You know, when you have the decent amount of energy shield and then you add the buffs from the res on this thing, and then you pair that with the rite of passage that makes you like move faster, you know, this kind of gives you a hybrid of what the mage blood will give you. And in case you don't know, like, I have Quicksilver on here that is giving me movement speed. I have Silver that is giving me skill speed. That's what makes it look so good. But when you look at the rite of passage, this is also giving me skill speed and movement speed. Of course, it's not as much as the mage blood, but you know, this is like the Walmart version of mage blood when you pair the rite of passage with the headhunter. These two things together give you like a I don't want to call it a Timu mage blood, but you know, a ripoff essentially of the mage blood. So you get kind of the same effect, and of course this only lasts for like 90 seconds, so it doesn't last as long, but you know, it gets you some of that every now and then. But when you run in like a 200% daily and headhunter gives you like a speed boost, it gives you like AoE boost or anything like that, this becomes very, very, very powerful. Like this combination right here, you know, ideally I would probably like want to put like a Chaos Charm in there, or put something like a Freeze Charm in here. But this just feels so good, man, when you pair these things together. And it's not as good as this one, but it gets you halfway there, right? And if you cannot afford the headhunter, or you cannot afford a mage blood, you can use ingenuity in here if you want. Of course, it's not going to be as powerful, but at least if you have like some good rings, that will give you damage. But then again, you already have so much damage on this build that you don't need like much more. So I would rather like spec up in defense instead of more attack damage. But you know, you do you, bruh. Yeah, so that's the build in a nutshell. It's pretty much all we have on here, and of course I probably forgot a few things, but yeah, that's in a nutshell. And build guide will come out like sometime next week with like the full details. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Lou, what you talking about, bruh? Yeah, Mage Blood, man, when you got the speed boost on it, like it's just so good, man. Like I cannot even begin to tell you. It feels so good, but like, you know, you also gotta worry about not dying as much, and he was getting me more kill than not. So, you know, that's why I chose the Headhunter instead. And you're talking about the Legacy of Greymack to help with the attribute. Oh yeah, I haven't actually used any of that yet. And my helmet slot right now, I actually got ripped when I was buying this helmet. Like, I didn't look at the corrupted line before I bought it, and you know, it was only after I bought it that I figured that, you know, I cannot put a socket in here. But yeah, man, if you can put a socket in here, you can actually get more rage. I forgot the name of the idol that does that, but there's an idol that gives you like 4 maximum rage, so you can get more rage on there. Or Legacy of Greymack, like Lou is saying, you can also put that in there for more attributes, which is actually going to give you more energy shield and probably better than getting more rage, because again, you already have like so much damage on here, you don't need more of that. But you know, if you go with the Legacy of Greymack, then yeah, you definitely be more survivable. You know, I think it gives you what, 50 to all attribute or something like that, or am I talking about the wrong one? I don't think I've used it yet. I've seen people use it though, but I haven't used it myself yet on any of my builds. But you know, getting attribute boosts and getting like your strength spec'd up for more energy shield, that's gonna do you well. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Lou. That's pretty much it on here. And yeah, we can run more maps. If you have any more questions, feel free to post them in there, and you know, I'll try to answer them. Of course, once I'm done like fully specking up this guy, I'm gonna be, you know, doing another live stream where we just run map, you know, talk smack. have a blast, you know, blow shit up. But yeah, we will try to push it as deep in the end game as we can. And again, expedition is not something that I find fun for me myself. If you are an expedition enjoyer, more power to you. That's not just my thing. So, you know, I usually spend most of my time farming 200% daily with like breach or abyss, you know, that kind of stuff. And temple is not really a thing anymore because it got nerfed to oblivion. So, you know, those are usually my farms in this game. That's where I have fun the most. And one of the things that I've actually been neglecting a lot this league is the trials, right? So is any of you playing like Chaos Trials and the second most trial this league? Like I haven't played like much of this at all this league, and this used to be like my favorite content in the game. Like absolutely bar none, second mass is my favorite thing to run in the game. So, you know, maybe on one of those streams we can just run this, you know, to see if we can get a nice relic. But, you know, those things will come up along. And I think people are actually farming the Temple of Chaos this late in the league right now. I haven't really like farmed Temple of Chaos much in the past. So, you know, that's kind of there. But yeah, if I'm to farm anything all day long, every day, it's gonna be second mass, bro. It feels so good to run. I mean, it's time consuming, but you know, when you're having fun, you don't look at the time. Yeah, so let's see. Let's pop in another map. I was actually progressing towards, where was I? Okay, I can progress towards this guy. I think I have a beacon here that I can run. Do I have any? I actually have a Jade Eye right here that I can also run. That would be interesting. I try to have quite a few of them. I don't know why, like for some reason this league, I had a lot of Jade Isles on the map. I don't know if you guys have noticed the same thing. Like, I don't know if they've popped up for you also as many times as they have on my Atlas, but I had so much of this thing, man. Like, sometimes they would just be clustered all in one place, like two mountains away from each other. And obviously, none of them drop Rakiata's flow for me. But yeah, I'm still farming that. Oh no, actually one of them did. And then I died after. Can you imagine? I dropped it and then I died. So yeah, that was that. But I was able to like hop onto another character to come back and claim the loot. Thankfully I wasn't running like, you know, 0 revives on that thing. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. What should we run here? Oh, let me go to this beacon right here. Is there a node that is closer? Well, we have this corrupted nexus right here that we can clean up as well and make everything here irradiated. So decisions. I think I'll probably do this first just to cleanse the map, you know. More currency drops. Who can say no to that? In the meantime, let me clean up my inventory a little bit. Yeah, hopefully I didn't ramble too much in my explanation of this build, you know. Things are a little easier to do when you don't have people watching you explain things to them live. Yeah, no stress. No pressure at all. But, you know, if I ramble a little too much, feel free to ask some questions. Yeah, I try to explain it as much as I can or as best as I can. So if you have any questions, just hit me up or join the Discord. Give me a second. Let me pick up a call real quick and then we're gonna run a map. All right, we are back. Hopefully, I didn't make you wait for too long. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call real fast. So where were we? Running maps, right? Yeah. So, I think I wanted to go ahead and cleanse this thing. So, let me put one delirium map in here. Yeah, let's just cleanse that nexus and farm the area for more currency. That'll be good. All right, so while I'm running this, let me also walk you through like the rotation, right? So essentially when you map in, all you do is left click, and this is Lunar Assault. So I'm just left clicking, right? And this does like all the damage that you see. This does all the AoE that you see. This does all the explosions. But we also have Herald of Ice. That is blowing everything up because we're doing cold damage, so everything is blowing up. One other thing that I added to this build was the Eventide Petals. Oh, let me kill that guy. So the Eventide Petal is also like creating icicles that are like creating these explosions that you see. And you know, if you've seen my monk video, you've seen me use this thing a ton, and that is like giving me like a lot of extra damage because it also comes with Midnight Zenith. This is a skill that you get for free, and this is like creating icicles that are like impaling. They are impaling, they are doing more damage, and when you are up against a boss and this thing is popping off like non-stop, it is actually kind of naughty. The downside of using this thing though is that I cannot use like an amulet that gives me more level of cold skills or, you know, level of melee skills, because I could get like up to +4. So this is optional if you don't want to deal with, you know, the explosions and stuff, because another downside of using this is that your screen is going to be cluttered with explosions pretty much 24/7, and that makes things a little harder to see, right? So if that's bothering you, you can just like get like a better amulet that has like +4 levels of melee skills. It's gonna give you a lot more damage. You're probably gonna get more defenses through that because it's also going to be possible for you to get energy shield on that on that amulet, and you can get more global defense and whatnot. So a rare amulet in this slot is actually the better play. I ain't gonna lie to you, but for me, explosions all day, baby. I cannot live without that. And you know, on a build that is also like already exploding everything anyway, you know, I cannot do without that. So that's why I'm using this, but it's optional. You don't have to use it. Just go ahead and use like a rare amulet if you want. But this thing is like stupidly cheap for what it does. You know, I only bought it for like 4 divines, I think. But when you buying this thing, if you trying to get it, make sure that you get one that says Rune Mastered, because the Rune Mastered version of this is what gives you the level of cold skills. If you just get like a regular one, it doesn't come with it. You either have to like use the Verisium Anvil to add the Rune Master to it, or you can just buy it. You can buy it from trades. It's only like 4 divs, so that's that. So we just left clicking through the map to explode everything. And I also told you that we're using rage for our damage, right? And right now I'm at 0 rage. So your attacks by themselves are already giving you rage, because I have a passive node in here that gives me 1 rage on every hit. So this guy right here is giving me rage for every melee hit, and we are hitting multiple times. So this actually, like, you know, it procs quite often to give you rage. But we also have access to Ferocious Roar, and when you use this in the middle of a pack, it instantly fills your rage bar to full. So right now I have 58 rage. If I also press this Ferocious Roar in the middle of a pack, it instantly fills it up, right? So that's how you get your rage. And of course, the more rage you have, the more damage you deal, yada yada yada. You know, you get the gist. So yeah, mapping is just left click and you explode everything. You don't really have to worry about anything else. Now for bosses, when you get to a boss, that's when you need to do a little bit of a rotation to maximize your damage. Oh, actually for mapping, I forgot to talk about pounce. So pounce is going to mark the enemies and is going to make you deal like a lot more damage to them, right? So if you just look at the description of the skill, you know, it marks them, and then when they are marked, they take 3% increased damage for each hit. You know, it's just nice. And then it's also going to summon these wolves that are going to be attacking as well alongside you. And you know, that's just like a very nice combo. And also during mapping, we're using blasphemy. We have repulsion in here, which is going to mark anything. Well, it's going to curse everything around us with repulsion. And when we kill those enemies, they explode. That explosion proc Herald of Ice. The Herald of Ice is going to also detonate any of the icicles that we have around us because of the amulet that we're using. And you know, it just goes on and on and on. We also have like living lightning in here, and that's going to create like those minions, the lightning minions. You might have seen them, but I'll show them to you again in a second. And these minions can also explode the icicles that our amulet is creating, right? So that just contributes like a lot of explosions in your map. And I'm trying to spec up into area of effect. Like if I can get more AoE on this build, the explosions will be even larger. But because I'm using like a headhunter, it's also going to be giving me like a buff every now and then that increases my AoE damage and my AoE area. So you know, those are nice. So yeah, that's pretty much mapping. You pounce on something, and pounce is also very nice for traversal. Like you can cross a large distance for, you know, no time at all with pounce. So you're pouncing on things, you're marking them, you know, you're exploding, you're proccing your walls, you know, more explosions, yeah. You get that. So when it comes to bossing though, for bossing, the rotation is a little specific because we have quite a few things in here. We have Shred, that does that. We have Lunar Assault, that is going to freeze stuff. Then we have Cross Slash, that is going to pop up any like icicles on the boss. And we also have, yeah, the Werewolf Roar, or Lunar Blessing as this game calls them. So these are actually doing like different things, and there's a specific sequence that you want to play this in. So let's start from the beginning, right? Lunar Assault is going to freeze. It's going to like increase your freeze build up on the boss. So when you start a boss fight, you want to pounce on him, you know, to mark him, and you deal more damage to him. Then you want to freeze him with Lunar Assault. And as soon as they are frozen, you use Shred, because Shred is actually going to consume the freeze on them to coat them with more ice crystals. And then when they have ice crystals on them, you use Cross Slash to detonate that ice crystals, right? So this is just naughty. And I'm not even talking about the huge buff that we get with that. So Lunar Blessing is also going to be increasing your damage a ton. And not only that, but it also creates like moonbeams that are going to be shooting from the sky. This is just a ton of damage. So when it comes to like a boss, a lot of the time, to be honest with you, they actually die before I even do like the Cross Slash. That's how much damage we have. And Cross Slash is actually going to be very nice to finish them up. Because if you look at my skills, I have, I think I have Execute 3 in here. Yep, I have Execute 3. So when they are low life, which they will already be at, you know, when you use Cross Slash, it's just like the Terminator button, like the Thanos button, pretty much. It just ends them. So, you know, for bossing, you start with pounce, you pounce on them, you freeze them, you shred them, you Cross Slash, and boom, that's done, right? And at the beginning, you can also do this. Honestly, it's kind of optional because you have a lot of damage, but if you really want to maximize your damage, you know, you use that Lunar Blessing first. So Let me get my cooldown back up, and then I'll show the full rotation. But yeah, mapping is just this. You pounce, and you do this, and everything just happens automatically around you. For bossing, you roar. No, you freeze them. You pounce on them to mark them, you freeze them, you shred them, cross slash. So the rotation will become more, second nature the more you do it. Obviously, I'm not completely used to it yet because it's a new build. I've never played this before, so I'm still getting used to it myself. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So let's just get started here. Pounce and boom, explode everything. These guys are gonna come around. We have explosions going all around, and you see the living lightning, right? Whenever we create an icicle somewhere, it's automatically going to pop it. And yeah, you don't really need to do much for mapping. Like, it's just one button. Bounce, boom, bounce, boom. And we have mana remnants that are constantly feeding us mana, because this is like very extensive on mana. So, mana remnants will leave things on the ground that we pick up to replenish our mana. And not only that, we have Kata's rejuvenation in mana remnants. And what that is doing for us is, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god, that was like an omen of light that I just let go right there. So yeah, you don't really want to be doing the standing on top of the pit to explode things. That's probably not the right thing for you to do. Like you can see there, but yeah, I kind of messed that up. But anyway, just to give you an idea of what that does, right? So what is in here? Shit. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, so you bounce, you just explode things. And you have Kata rejuvenation that I was talking about in mana remnants. And what that is doing is actually lowering like the cooldown of every single one of your skills. And that is the reason why we can just keep using pounce over and over and over, because our cooldown is so low. If you want to spec into cooldown regen, you can do that. I don't really need to, because I think this is enough for me. So yeah, that's mapping. Okay, I just said I was not gonna do that again, so let me not do that. Let's let this guy come out, and then we'll go in for the finisher. That was almost bad because he actually froze me, I think, but because my ailment threshold is kind of high, he wasn't able to get the freeze off. But that would have been like really bad if I got frozen there, because he's one of those dudes that does not care how much damage you deal with them because they just gonna evade everything. It's very annoying, but this build we don't really care because we are killing everything anyway. And I think I just heard the pit open up behind me. Not gonna worry about that right now because I do still want to get an omen of light if I can. I think that's another pit that just opened again. Alright. And my energy shield is kind of low, so I'm gonna take it easy here. Not get too greedy. But let's go finish these guys real quick. Alright. Pretty nice. Where was the other pit that just opened? I thought I heard another pit open. Or did I not? What is in here? Crap. Wait, I think I left no, I thought I left a mirror behind. Or maybe I did. But anywho. Let's keep going. Yeah, so I'll get to the boss in a second and then like show up the full rotation. And that will just open. Let's see what's in there first. And yeah, just because you have the damage doesn't mean like you can get greedy, you know, because you are low life, you constantly have to be on your toes, right? Because I don't have a lot of energy shield right now, and even though I have decent amount of armor and whatnot, that's not going to help me much if I take too much damage, right? So you want to keep an eye on your energy shield as much as you can. I wish like the UI in this game, I wish the UI in this game kind of tells you, you know, how much energy shield you have on your character. Like if you can have like you know, maybe a little pop-up somewhere. Oh, that's the boss. Okay, so roar, bounce, freeze if I can. But yeah, like as you can see, I didn't even get to like the Unga Bunga slash. He died before that. Like you have so much damage on here that, you know, most of the time you don't even get through the whole rotation. You know, the boss just falls over before you get through the whole rotation. You know, that's how much damage you're dealing on here, which is kind of insane. You know, I don't think I've ever played a character where the boss dies before I even go through my my rotation on them. All right, my energy shield is low. I'm gonna retreat a little bit. I don't want to get through too greedy. Ooh, divine, we take those. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Does 200 increases abyss drops? To be honest with you, like in general, when you run in higher levels of delirium, you know how much loot you get is increased, right? So I haven't tested, like, you know, done like an extensive testing to see how much you actually get, how much boost you get, but I'm pretty sure it increases your drops. I'm pretty sure it does. And I am the kind of person that doesn't really like fuck with rarity. Like I have zero rarity on my character. Besides what I'm getting from this charm, I never run rarity because I feel like for me, you know, everybody plays this game for different reasons. You know, people play to farm loot, people play to do stuff. For me, I just want to make cool shit and play the fuck out of it. So to me, like, drops don't really matter all that much. I get what I get. And a lot of the time, I actually found that running like no rarity or little rarity on your character, it actually increases your drop if you want it or not. You know, so sometimes I'll be running maps and just be dropping, you know, Omen of Lights left and right. Sometimes I'll be running maps and just be dropping Divines left and right. You know, so I don't know how much rarity impacts things, but you know, saying that is probably like committing a crime for somebody right now, because you know, rarity is like the holy grail in this game. You know, a lot of people love to run that. I personally don't, because I have different priorities. I also want to make builds and play cool shit. So you are not going to find me trying to like maximize rarity or anything like that on my characters. That's just not something that I do. But yeah. Why don't I use bars over my character? To be honest with you, man, first of all, let me turn it on, right? Where do we even do that? UI. Mini life above you, right? So I can do this, but to me, this is very annoying to look at. It is very, very annoying to look at. I don't like it at all. Just because, one, I like to look at my character without distractions. I want to see it in all his glory. Second of all, that body is very tiny. It doesn't tell me much. Yes, it does, kind of. But then I will have to like squint and keep my eyes glued to this thing to even see what is happening. And this is distracting me from what is happening in the map if I had to like take a look at this, Maybe other people are different. Maybe this helps you out. For me, it doesn't really help at all. I'd rather have like, a big ass life bar somewhere or like get the option to pop this out of here and move it somewhere that I can actually see it. Like if I had the option to move this life globe right here to like the corner of the screen, I would much rather have that. I want something big. I want something in my face. And I wear glasses, right? So this right here, I cannot really see it. Something like this, yes, it helps. Like on the bottom left here, it helps a lot. However, it's also like far away. Because if you look at the UI design itself, your character is sitting like at the top of the screen right here. And you have all the space down here that is even like harder. The space down here is much larger than the space up here, right? Your character is not really at the center of the screen where you can quickly glance, here, 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 here to get information, right? So this right here, like moving my eyes from here to here, that's kind of a distraction for me. And, that's why I don't use it. I don't use it because I really don't like it at all. I don't like that kind of design. But, you do you, bruh. And also because, when I'm playing this game, I'm usually recording footage for, my cinematic build guides. That life bar there just kind of fucks everything up for me because, I want people to actually see the character in action, not the freaking life bar in front, So yeah, personal choices, but you might feel different about that, and that's okay too. And here comes the annoying guy. Oh, he died. Ooh, divine, baby. And keep in mind, I'm not running any rarity on this character, right? So that's what I was telling you. Like, I don't actually know how much rarity affects your drops in this game. I mean, I know it does. It's not like rarity doesn't do anything for your character. But, for people that are stacking 200% rarity, 500% rarity and stuff like that, like, I never felt the need to go that far. Because I feel like the game just gives me, enough of what I need. And I don't need to, like, really increase my rarity for more than that, So I'll be totally okay if one day they decide to get rid of it completely, because to me, rarity doesn't do anything for me, We all play this game for different reasons. Oh shit, I think I might die here. Woo! Safe. Yeah, that was kind of spicy. Okay, let's try to retreat, because I don't have any energy shield right now. And of course I have Shroud Walker, so I'm getting pulled back in everything. Ah, my goodness. If only there comes a day where they let you select the buffs that you get from Headhunter. That would be so clutch, man. But Shroud Walker is the bane of my existence. And I'm pretty sure it's the bane of, a lot of people's existence too. And another divine. Like, see what I'm talking about? It's like, this game is trying to, like, make me prove a point right now. Like, hold on. Let me show you something. Wait, how do you see how much rarity you have again? Is it in the character menu? No, I think it's in the skill menu, right? Am I blind? Where is it? I just want to kind of show you like how much rarity I actually have on this character. I think it's in the skill, right? The skill menu. But I can't find it for some reason. But yeah, like you get my point. I don't have any rarity on gear. Like my rings, everything here, like nothing has rarity. Like at all. I only have this little charm here. And I've already dropped like what?
Nature takes what's old. Twisted pain.
I dropped three divines on this map already. You know. Or try with Lunar Assault. Yeah, I think that's what I was doing, right? It's supposed to show me somewhere here. I can't find it for some reason. Or maybe I'm just blind and I'm not looking at the right things. Unless you can see it and I can see it, then I am definitely blind, if that's the case. But yeah, like, I mean, yes, having rarity on gear, like, I'll probably be dropping a lot more divines that I have. But, you know, I feel like I already get enough. And... okay. Okay, stop right now. Stop the cap right now. Bro. You see what I'm talking about? Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, that's a nominal light, and I don't have any rarity. Like, bro. Yeah, streamer clients. Hey, I'll take all the goodies I can get. Like, no rarity. And look, I'm still dropping Omen of Lights. I'm still dropping Divines. I'm still dropping whatever you will drop. I will drop it. You know, so. Share with you. Anytime, brother. Come on through. I'm hosting my streamer client right now. Yeah, it's... That's a level 19 skill gem. Maybe I'll use that. But I think I want to get some logbooks here. So let me see. Where do I have most of the markers? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I want to go to the left. There's only 3 here. All right, let's go to the left. And I can probably get this, right? There are some chests here. What is your bet on the belt? Like, is Streamer Clan gonna come through and give me a Headhunter? Is Streamer Clan gonna come through and give me a Mage Blood? Hey, that would be actually crazy. Like, if that was to happen right now, I'm shutting the stream down for the rest of the day. Like, like, game over. I'm good. Like, can you actually imagine? I think I can do one here, and there are 3 of these guys, okay? Yeah, like imagine this thing just pops up with Mage Blood out of nowhere, bro. I am shutting the stream down for the rest of the day because I want to use the rest of that luck somewhere else.
Nature takes what's old.
Alright, these guys are kind of annoying. Alright, he's dead. Alright. Wait, did we kill the boss yet? I think we did, right? We killed the boss, right? Yeah. Okay, who's hiding? There you go. Man, you gotta love how they just spawn like out of the way. Alright. Let's explode everything. Let's buff up. And we got a logbook. Very nice. Alright. Moment of truth. Anybody want to place a bet? That I get a Mage Blood or Hand Hunter? Hey, no cap. If I actually drop that right now, I'm just gonna share it. I'm gonna give it away. And that's 41 Simulacrum. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know how much we need to pray this thing, but you know how dogs likes to roll around before the good stuff comes out? Let me do that a couple of times. Let me buff up my luck real quick. Like, yes. Get it, baby. Get it. Let's bless you a couple more times. Yeah. All right, extra good luck. All right, let's pop it open. Aw. Well. Okay, now I can shut up. Now I can shut up. That was unfortunate. But can you imagine if I actually got it? Like, that would have been so crazy, dude. Oh, you actually got a Mage Blood from it. And that was a very rare one. Yeah, I came across the very rare ones before, but it didn't really like do anything for me. And this is a boss. Okay. So buff up. Do I need to do something here before he actually spawns? Okay, let's wait for my cooldown to come up before I activate this guy. Because I might have popped too early. Alright, let's activate this. Okay, here it comes. Boom. Let's bounce. Let's freeze him. Shred. Cross slash. Boom. He actually died before I cross slashed. And we got a logbook. We take those. Stern's ferocity. Supported skills, crush targets, blah blah blah. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But hey, it is what it is. I can't pick. Wait, am I that fool? What is this? That's only a T3. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, boy. Alright, I think now we can go home. That was a very good haul. Like, that was a really good haul. Thank Aaron Jesus for the streamer client. So yeah, no rarity, bro. And that's what? 8 divines right here, 3 divines right there. So that was what? 11 divs. Not counting anything else, right? So, yep. Yeah, I know some people will probably like uninstall the game if they ever remove rarity from it. But personally, man, I could care less. Like, do whatever you want to it. I do not give a shit. Yeah, and I'll probably rub some people's feathers right now, but hey. Again, we play the game for different reasons, bruh. You do you. And I do me. Alright. Well, that was a very good haul. Very good one. Let's keep on going. I think we were going to cleanse this guy, so let me pop up another one. Let's make things a little harder. Right, let me corrupt these guys, and that's a T14. Get out here, boy. Oh shit, actually, oh man, are you kidding me? I didn't actually like use my exalts on these guys. I thought I did. Well, ah, that is so unfortunate.
Classic treasure.
So these are going to waste. But we got a lot. Got a lot more down here. Oh, these are actually already corrupted. Okay, let's go with these. So I'm running JDOs right now for the corrupted benefits. So that's probably gonna make the map harder. But I think we're gonna be just fine. If we don't get too greedy, that is. Let's go to the show. Alright, let's pop this up. Let's get rage. Then pounce and explode everything.
I'm not ready yet.
Man, I love this build so much. And if you think this is absurd, like, wait until you get the headhunter buff that gives you like AoE. Like, that thing is just criminal. Like, you become a genocide warlord if you get that buff. Like, literally, I'm not even kidding. Okay, let me regen my energy shield real quick. I don't want to get too greedy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get like this build to a point where you don't like even have to worry about, you know, backing up from the fight. You can just like tank everything. But for me, man, I like to stay alive. You know.
I need more time for that.
And I get that from playing Soul games for most of my life. You know, that's a reflex, man. You gotta stay alive. Your life is the most important thing. And I'm saying that, but I'm the kind of person that I'm the kind of person that like is very bloodthirsty, you know. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta be a little more restraining, you know. You gotta apply some restraints. We're saying I just, yeah, Abyss is broken, man. I love Abyss. I'll farm Abyss all freaking day. Like, I would rather run Abyss for 3 days straight than run Expedition for like 10 minutes. That's how much I don't like Expeditions. Like, it's just too much time to set up. Like, that setup is so annoying. Like, especially when you're not running like a fast character. Like, imagine walking like around the planet just to see what is on the map. Like, you don't even know what these remnants are going to give you, so you have to go through each one of them. You know, of course you want to look at the ones that have like you know, more circles on top of them or whatever they are called, but you still have to do that like throughout the map. You have to go through the whole map and do that, and then you have to come back and set up your chain. And then you have to wait for the chain to explode. And then you have to kill everything, hoping not to die. And only then do you get your loot. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It is way too much setup. Yeah, man. Give me Abyss all day, every day. I'll take it. And this is also like a very good farm, because even if you're not like dropping Omen of Light, you are still dropping like Destroy Necromancies left and right. And those are going for like what? 80 exalts? Like, imagine you pile up like 10 of those. That's like way over a divine. That's like 2 divines, you know? So little profits here and there, you always walk away with something. Always. Now imagine you actually drop an Omen of Light. And you are a rich man. Now keep in mind, like, I'm not even like optimizing anything. Right now, I'm just arcing and going. Right now, I'm just arcing and going. I'm not like optimizing damage or anything like that. I mean, not damage. I'm not optimizing my maps. I'm not optimizing my tablets. I'm just arcing my tablets, slotting it in, and I'm going. Like, I'm gone. I ain't got time for setups. I ain't got time to like chase modifiers on maps. And hell, I never get time to like look for maps to buy on trade, you know. Like, why would you spend 3 divines or 4 divines or whatnot on a tablet that you can craft yourself? Like, just by playing the game, I have so much tablet in my stash. I can just run all of them if I choose to, you know. And yeah, I know you can spend like time optimizing, like, you know, min-maxing your tablet setup, your map setup and all that, but bruh, ain't nobody got time for that. Although you used to farm rituals, yeah, ritual is another thing. Like, I haven't run as much rituals as, you know, people have this league. So you can call me the enemy of fun. No, the enemy of loot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love loot. But, you know, a lot of the things that people have done at the early league and even now to optimize their drops, like, you know, farming rituals and whatnot, I haven't done any of that. To be honest with you, man, I've just been running Abyss and Bridge. That's all I've done all league long. And that's where I made like all my currency. That's where I made all my currency. And, you know, yes, you can get lucky, have a mage blood here and there, you know, which is sick. Like, it's fucking sick if you can drop one of those. And then how many maps do you have to run to actually get one of those, you know? You can be lucky, like extremely lucky, and drop like 1, 2, 3. Who knows, if you're a god, maybe like 4. But it's not that consistent, you know? And I like consistency. I like to know that, hey, if I'm walking into a map, I'm getting out with something. You know? You're not gonna catch me something that I'm just playing because, you know, I want it. Well, I love challenge too. But, you know, this YouTuber is gonna drop a video that says, hey, 5,000 divines in an hour running ritual, and everybody's on it, and all the prices are fucked. Yeah, that's just not me, bro.
I'm not ready yet.
I like to have fun. I like blowing shit up. So give me Abyss all day. Give me Breach all freaking day. I ain't got time for setups. I ain't got time to... Uh-oh, something's killing me. Get out of here. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I'm playing my life right now. It's easy to get drunk on the damage. Like, you're doing so much damage, you are like blowing everything up. It's so easy to lose track of, you know, the fact that you can actually die. So, you know, even with all the power, you still gotta play your life. Like, absolutely. Oh my god! Okay. Lou, what you got to say about this, man? Yo, that's 2 maps back to freaking back. Like, Omen of Life on Every single one of those maps. Yo, what you got to say about this, man? This is stupid, bro. This is just stupid. And to be honest with you, like even off stream, like I will go maybe like 2 maps without dropping an Omen of Light, but I'm still dropping them. That's how I made all my currency. And I have not optimized any of my tablets. I have not optimized any of my tablets. I'll show you my tablets that I'm running in a second. They are not optimized at all. This is something that you throw in the garbage if you're trying to, like, you know, min max or something like that. And I'm not doing any of that. You know? Hey. Turns out, when you're just playing the game to have fun, RNG loves you for that. And you just get blessed. You know what I'm saying? Gaonan, what's going on, my brother? Hey, chat, everybody in the stream right now. If you're a hardcore enjoyer, if you want to watch somebody like actually grind his dick in the blender in hardcore, trying to make things work, Gaonan is your guy, man. Like, this guy, I don't know how he does it. For some reason, he will play nothing but hardcore. I'm telling you, man, this guy from like last epoch, like any of the games that he plays, he just goes hardcore in every single game that he plays. I don't know how he does it, but you know, that's the man. So if you want to watch like sick hardcore gameplay, you know, even though he doesn't always make it to the Atlas. I'm not throwing shit, bro. I'm just saying. That's the man right there. Go give him a follow and check out his stuff. He's pretty great. He's been doing like storytelling. He's been incorporating like storytelling elements into his videos lately. So, you know, very good stuff to check out. Am I streaming on Twitch too? Nah, I'm just doing YouTube right now. I don't know if I'm going to do Twitch. Maybe I will at some point. But right now, I'm just getting started. Like, you know, I'm actually enjoying streaming. Believe it or not. Like, I never thought this would be something that I would enjoy doing. But, you know, as you can tell, hopefully, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So, I'll try to do more of this going forward. And, you know, as I do it more, then probably I will involve Twitch. But right now, I'm just doing YouTube. No plans to go on Twitch yet. What points am I taking on Jado? Let me show you real fast. So I'm taking this guy, which is going to add more modifiers to the corrupted waystones. So every single one of my corrupted maps gets like, you know, more modifiers. It makes it harder, of course, but you know, it's more loot, so we take that. I'm taking this for the anomaly maps. This is really nice because that's what is going to be revealing your Jade Isles and all of that around the map. So you randomly, just like, you know, out of the fog, it can show you like a Jade Isle that is like somewhere all the way in the middle of nowhere. Like, it can do that for you. This is going to boost the tablets that you have in there. So if you happen to have a good map in there, a good tablet in there, it's going to boost it up significantly. And then this is for like when I run, you know, Jado and all of that for a chance to drop linear support. So yeah, that's my setup for Jado. Oh, you gotta go, Lou? All right, man. Take it easy, brother. Thanks for stopping by. You actually caught me for once today because I've only been doing nighttime streaming so far. Yeah, good to have you here, man. I hope I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna be mixing like day and night streams, so whenever you get a chance to swing by, you know, Always a pleasure having you around, bro. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. Um, Using the spell damage per ratio, yes, sir. So I have this guy that is giving me spell damage converted to attacks, and on my passive tree, I have the rage conversion to spell damage, which is giving me like more damage. I don't remember which node that was, but yeah, it's somewhere in here. So at the beginning of the stream, I actually like spent maybe an hour yapping people's ears off about the builds. Like I cannot explain everything on the build, so you know, you can probably check out the replay to catch those. And the build guide is gonna come out sometime next week. So yeah. Where were we? Where were we? I just cleansed the corrupted area, right? So that should be. And this thing is so big. Oh, here. Okay. Let's see. We got these have all been cleansed. Additional packs. Do I have an Ymir Fury in here somewhere? Hopefully. That's a unique strong box. Well, I thought there was like a map icon for like if you have a map that guarantees the Ymir Fury for like the fracture orb. I might just run all of them. I might just do that. But I also want to get here. I want to get to the hall, the Patriarch hall. So let me just go there. And yeah, I was talking about my tablets before. Like, this is actually a good tablet. Here's one that has abyssal modifiers. And then I have the abyss pits, monster increase effectiveness, and rare monsters. This is actually a good one. But I usually just like arc and go. Like I don't really like optimize any of my tablets. If by any chance I have like a tablet that ends up being good, then you know, it is what it is. But usually I'll just arc and go. And I'm running Delirium as well. This is what is letting me like farm simulacrum fragments that I can, you know, sell later for currency. And I'm actually missing a tablet right now, so let me just go grab another tablet. I do want to switch things up. Maybe play a little bit of Breach. But Delirium is not Delirium. What is it called? Abyss is being so good to me right now, man. I would just keep farming Abyss. It's been so good. 2 Men of Light back to back. Like, oh yeah, this is so much cheaper than just buying tablets, man. Like, I have no time to be spending my currency that already drops, like, you know, not as plentifully as some other people in the game. You know, whatever I get, I try to keep as much of it as I can, because I'm not running rarity. But you know, as you've seen, my rarity is shite, and I'm still dropping the goodies. So I just make do with what I got. Oh wait, there's a pit behind me. Wait, was that a... I was wondering if he died. Ooh, that's a Heart of Well. Right there. Man, what is happening today? Hey, if you are not a believer in streamer clients, Well, I guess you are now, just like myself. Like, these maps have been so good to me right now. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. These things have been so good to me right now. Hey, maybe we drop another Woman of Light on here. That would actually be insane. And yeah, like, one other thing you want to keep in mind, try not to sprint. Because as you've seen, like, early in the stream, I got knocked on my ass and I died. You can still get knocked out of wolf form. So, sprint conservatively. Oh, something just shredded my energy shield right there. Streamer client confirmed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah, I took too much damage there. I don't even know what went through. I wasn't seeing it.
Come on now. Let's end this.
Well, that's unfortunate. What do I want to do? Do you want to continue this? I come back with another character. Do I have another character that can blast this thing? Let me see. Because I've yanked the gear off my other characters. This guy. No, I took Blasphemy off of my Plague Mummy. And I took Rakiata's Flow from my Gemling. So yeah. I guess I don't have another character. It's cool. Are you going back to finish your edits? Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Hey, at least we got it out of the world, man. And that was 2 that I dropped today. Which is pretty nice. All things considered. Hey, yeah, don't look at my don't look at my stash tab right now, man. It is a crime scene in there. I need to sort through all of this. Like, that's too much work. That is way too much work. All right, let's just go finish this map real quick. Wait, the map actually changed though. Yeah, the map actually changed. Well, it doesn't really matter anyway. I'm just rushing to the boss. Let's get to the boss. If I can find my way there, that is. Hopefully I'm heading in the right direction. I really don't feel like double backing for anything. Alright, this should be the boss. Cool, cool.
I'm not ready yet.
Buff up.
I need more time for that.
Alright. Yeah, I don't really have a lot going on this map, so. Just wait for the next league. When is the new league dropping? Do we have any information on that? I haven't really like been following up with any of the latest news. I hope it's gonna be soon though, because a lot of people have like quit the game because, you know, either boredom or there's not really much else to do or whatnot. But I hope they spice things up a little bit, and sooner than later. Then we have 1.0 that is also dropping later on this year. I am so excited for that, man. Like, is there anything you guys are looking forward to in like the release of 1.0? For me, I just want the Shadow class, man. Like, if you know anything about me, any game that I've ever played, I'm always a dexterity character. Always been a dexterity character, and will always be. Like, going fast and, you know, shredding everything. That has always been me. You know, from Soul games to anything that I play, man. I really love going fast, going stealthy, like just be quick on my feet. So I cannot wait for the Shadow class. I know a lot of people were like disappointed that we didn't get like swords in the game or whatnot. But honestly, I was mostly disappointed that I didn't get daggers. But then I guess we can't have daggers in the game without the Shadow class, right? Or is it another class that uses that? I hope I'm not confusing those two things. Because I've never really played like PoE 1 before. Like some of the gods in this game. I need that PoE 1 PhD. I haven't got it yet. Uh-oh. Get out. And speaking of which, like, is any of you in here actually playing PoE 1? Like the new league and stuff? I know a lot of people still play PoE 1. You know. Not really my thing. Because I love nice graphics, you know. But I mean, credit where credit is due though. Like, the graphics on PoE 1 are actually looking a lot better than a lot of like AAA titles that released today. And I'm not even joking. Like, you see some of the games that released today, and you like, did this release in 2026? Like, really? Are we still getting AAA games that are looking like they got made in like 2005 and shit? Which is obscene, by the way. And I don't know how these devs do it, but they have a way of still making the game look decent. Nothing like PoE 2, of course, but you know. Okay, where's the last guy in here? Uh-oh, get out of the way. Is this bug or is something hiding around? Like, I can't find anything to kill. Oh well. Let's keep going. Boss time. And this guy can actually freeze, and I don't have any freeze resistance right now, which is gonna be interesting. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh, I got 2 Origin Sparks. Very, very nice. And I think I actually have like 2 other... I'm gonna pick this up just to see what he got. I actually have two other pieces of that fragment, like the cradle, I think it's called. So I'm gonna piece that up in a second and probably go sell that for profit. Okay, I still cannot figure out why nothing is coming out of here. Like, is there something around the corner? There's nothing here. The first time I seen those trains, I actually thought like they one-shot you. But it turns out they just knock you over. I bump you behind the head. Well, I think that's no, it's not. I thought it was an abyss depth. Yeah, I cannot figure out for the life of me why there's nothing around here to kill. Oh, that? Nah, there's nothing else coming out of this. I think it's bugged. Oh well. Unfortunate. Yep. Let's keep going. Yeah, I have two of these. And okay, I have one origin cradle. So why don't we just go say hi to Arbiter of Divinity? That would be a nice way to end the stream. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go fight Arbiter of Divinity real quick. And yeah, I say end the stream because I got to go in a second. Or in a few minutes rather. So let's go ahead and end beautifully. I actually haven't fought him on this character yet. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be very, very interesting. Alright, put one of these in, put another one of these in, activate. Let's go to the show. Hopefully I don't die here, because I haven't actually fought him yet. Let's see how much damage we can deal, shall we? Alright. Let's call up my good sir. Now, can anybody tell me why we cannot skip cutscenes in this game?
With this, the master shall know unending power.
Let's go, Fernandez. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I am not very confident myself, but hey, we're gonna find out in a second. Alright. Okay, he didn't get frozen there. Okay, now he's frozen. Shred. Shred. Boom. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Well, that's only phase 1 anyway. Let's look at phase 2. Activate. Oh man, maybe I activated that too fast. Let's bounce. Freeze him. Freeze, please. Okay, shred. Shred. Cross slash. Boom. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude. I make it look easy, man. This is the first time I fought him, and I was actually surprised he didn't get frozen first, but hey. Ooh, I actually got the ordain. Let's go. Yeah. It wasn't so bad. And then again, like, this character does so much damage, bro. He does so much damage. And once you got the rotation in, like, it's just easy peasy. I think what I did wrong, like, in the first phase was that I didn't wait for him to be frozen before I went into the shred rotation. So, you know, I didn't do optimal damage on him, which was unfortunate. But second phase, as you saw, like, once he got frozen, once he got frozen, like it was game over for him because there's nothing he can do. Shred, cross slash, and then that's the end of the story. Oh, thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate the follow. But yeah, the full build guide is gonna drop sometime next week. So hopefully you stick around to catch it. I don't know if I'll be doing a stream before then because I'm gonna be pretty busy for the rest of the week working on other stuff. You know, real life stuff, real shit. Maybe touching some grass and whatnot. So yeah, there's also like some new games that have come out, like Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell has come out like yesterday, I believe. And that game is like just calling my name because, you know, Dark Souls vibes. You know, I'm here for all of it. So I'm probably going to be playing that maybe towards the end of the weekend. I don't actually think like anybody playing PoE2 is interested in Souls games. But, you know, if anybody is interested in me streaming that, let me know. Because I'll probably be playing it for a little bit. And then, you know, in the weekend, I'm going to start working on my video. Probably work on that video going into next week. And hopefully I get it released by, you know, Wednesday or Thursday. Depends on how busy I get and if I have time to like actually spend my days editing that video. But yeah, this character is very fun. Like, first time playing werewolf, and yeah, it's just been a blast. Like, a lot of damage, a lot of explosions, just like I like it. This is probably stronger than my monk that I made earlier in the league. But the monk is also like so much fun, man. Probably the most fun I've had this league starting a build. But, you know, this one definitely, in terms of damage, it takes the cake, man. It absolutely takes the cake. My monk can actually do more damage too, though. Let's not lie about that. But this is just... it's just a fantasy on its own. Like, being a werewolf, you know, slashing everything, shredding everything, you know. It's just a blast. So, yeah. There's gonna be quite a few things in between that I'll be doing. And keep... following the posts, because I'll be posting some updates, you know, here and there. But overall, this character is already in a pretty good shape. I don't know how much time I'm gonna put into optimizing it, but if I have time to pour into it, I'll probably invest more into, you know, getting more energy shield, getting better jewels, probably, getting better gear overall, and, you know, maybe just upgrading the character to get more passive points on here. But honestly, like, when I play a character, I usually stop around level 95, you know, because after level 95, I find like, you know, I have a pretty good grasp on the character. So I'll farm a little bit, you know, here and there when I'm level 95 or so. But like, you'll never catch me go above level 95 because after that, it just becomes a grind. It just becomes a drag. It just becomes a chore, you know, because you're not leveling up as fast. XP is coming in very slow. If you die, you lose like 75% of your experience, you know, assuming that you're using that omen that gives you like experience conservation on death. So, you know, usually I stop around level 95 on pretty much every single of my characters. You know, I know some people like to push for level 100, which I don't really get because, you know, ever since Temple was a thing in the game, like, to be honest with you, man, reaching level 100, like, the achievement is no longer, like, prestigious in my eyes. And even today, even though they nerf, like, the Temple and stuff, like, you can still hop into a 6-man 200% delirium with Breach, or, you know, whatever, expedition or whatever, and you still level up just as fast. And like, when I start a new character, right now I only care about getting to like the end of the campaign. Like, I finished the campaign around level 60. Maybe I'll run like 1 or 2 maps to get to like level 65. And then I just hop up in the Discord, like the TFT Discord, for instance. There are people there like running maps, 6-man maps, like all day, every day. I just hop in there and 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like even 20 minutes, it just takes that long. I'm already level 90, you know, and by the time I get to level 90, you know, I gear up my character, I put all my shit up, and then like I'm farming until level 94, 95. By that time, I'm already like pretty vested in the character already. So going above level 95, I don't really see the point in doing that. You know, I don't see the achievement in doing that. Because, you know, there are easy ways, so many easy ways to get like experience on your character, right? You know, so it doesn't really make sense to go above 95, you know. So anyway, that's just me. You know, you might feel different out of that, and that's okay. But yeah, that's me. I'll probably be grinding on this character until like I get like to like level 95, and by the time I get to 95, I feel like, you know, it's time to roll up a new character. That's just how I roll. But this is definitely like in a very good spot right now. And you know, if I'm optimizing something, it's just going to be like getting more defenses, more energy shields, maybe try to get like a little more movement speed or skill speed, those kind of things. But like in terms of damage, I'm already doing like a ton of damage, as you've seen. Like Abidor went down in like 5 seconds. So, you know, in terms of damage, I don't think I'm going to be pushing it much more for damage, more for like defenses and get it tankier. So, you know, if you're optimizing this yourself too, you know, that's something to consider, pushing far beyond. And I don't know if anybody actually goes to like level 100 these days. If that's you, hey, good for you, bruh. Good for you, bruh. You do you as always. So, yeah, man. It's been a very fun stream. I really enjoy my time here. And I'll try to do more of these as time allows. You know, maybe mix it up between day and night to see, you know, what works out best. You know, during the day, my schedule is smacked. Like, I don't really have time to do anything during the day. This is even like a miracle that I'm doing this right now. And, you know, thankfully, one of my meetings at work got canceled. So that's the reason why I'm able to do this right now. Because usually, like, around 12, I have a meeting, you know, so it's a very nice thing that I got to do this. I really enjoy running this, you know. Thanks for everybody that hopped in. Thanks for everybody that stuck around. Thanks for everybody that, you know, chatted with me. You know, at least I wasn't just here yapping to myself the whole damn time. You know, so thanks a lot for hopping in. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And if you have not subbed already, what are you doing, bruh? Hit that button. Yeah, I don't really like ask that much like in my videos or anything, but yeah. See you guys around, man. Have a blessed day and have a wonderful rest of your week. Cheers.